all have a right. We as Nigerians have a right to aspire to any position under democratic disposition. No one can say to you, because of where you come from, not to vie for presidency. It will only be unfair. Now, the issue of zoning came up because of fairness. Because when you come to APT, you have to come with clean hands. For example, I've listened to arguments for and against zoning propounded by our eminent leaders. There's an argument as to why there shouldn't be zoning, because of fairness, as I just said. But fairness follows a pattern. Fairness follows precedence. In the past, we had a pattern whereby we now said, parties said to zones, give us your best. Let us see competency from the eyes of the zone. I can give you an example. We had the Southwest zoned the presidency to, and they gave us Obasanjo, right or wrong. Obasanjo was a good leader. They knew whom they gave to us. We had the opportunity, parties gave the zone deed to the North Central. The North Central gave us Yaradua. May his soul rest in peace. Yaradua was a good leader for the little or short time he lived. So you can see when you zone to a particular zone, in Nigeria, for example, as you rightly know, we have 6 geopolitical zones. The South 3 and the North 3. Now, among these zones, it's only the Southeast that the presidency hasn't been zoned to. Jonathan had his share coming from the South-South. Right or wrong, it was zoned to the South-South. So you might argue against that, but the emergence of Jonathan was as a result of zoning the presidency to the South-South. You may argue about doctrine of necessity and the fact that Yaradua was not there. But the point I'm making is, we must acknowledge the fact that every individual, the minorities, do have a right to stand up and say, I want to rule Nigeria, I want to be #1. That has been done in the past. The Southeasterners are saying, please, we know our first 11. We know those that are competent among us. Zone it to us, just like you did in the past. So there's a pattern, there's a precedent that has to be followed. Because fairness, equity follows precedent. And in law, there's something we call legitimate expectation. So the Southeasterners legitimately expected that just like it was zoned to the north, to the southwest, south-south, at a point, and the point and the right time is now, it should be zoned to the southeast. APC, PDP should zone their presidency to the southeast. Leave us to give you our son or daughter that we have confidence. You've all worked with them. They've exposed themselves to Nigerians. You know how competent each individual is. So we are giving you our son or daughter to vie to be the #1 citizen of this country. And it's not unfair to demand such. Let competency be seen from the eyes of the zones. Do not leave it open for everybody. Like I said, yes, that argument is there to say you can't stop me coming from the northwest standing for presidency. Of course, you can't stand for presidency coming from the northwest, but the argument here is there has been a pattern, and there are zones that have tested the presidency as a result of zoning to them. So the only zone that hasn't tested the presidency is the southeast.